Well, let's start off the show by putting the spotlight then on electric cycle startup EMotorad, which has raised $20 million in fundraise. We've got Sumedh Battewar, who is the Chief Business Officer and the co-founder of the company, now joining in on the show. Good to have you on board. Let's begin by talking a little bit about your latest fundraise. How much have you raised? What will these funds really be used for? And how are you looking to really innovate on a global platform?
Sure, Avanne. So let me introduce myself. I am Sumedh. I am the co-founder and chief business officer for EMotorad. And yes, as you rightly said, we have recently closed our Series B round, which is 20 million in total in debt and equity. So the primary investor for this particular round is Panthera, PGP, you must be aware of. It's a larger private equity firm based out of Singapore and India. And that is what the fundraise we have raised currently.
I understand that you're sourcing close to 70% of the components locally. How many electric cycles have you sold over the last few years, and how do you plan to expand, and what's the number that you're targeting by FY25?
Yes. So I'll give you a little brief on this particular question. I'll take this as an opportunity. 3 years back, we started our journey from Pune, and back then the right sourcing channels were not available in the country. So with the continuous efforts of 2 years in developing the local supply chain, now we have achieved the 70% of localization index. That happened last year when we launched X Factor range. So localization index was achieved last year after the great difficulties. Now with respect to number of e-bikes, we are the largest e-bike player in the country. Lifetime, we have sold more than 80,000 bikes and we have clocked 300 crore plus revenue. This largely includes the exports to the Western and the US world. So that is the achievement what we have done so far. When it comes to manufacturing locally and increasing the scale, we are further going deeper in the manufacturing setup. We are going to establish the largest manufacturing unit available in the country in electric cycle. We largely believe this form factor is going to be the largest selling automobile in the world, not just in India, in the world. And it will overtake all the ICE numbers as well, because this is a smaller and leaner form factor of mobility. It is widely accepted across globe. It is much leaner. It is greener than any other EV present on the planet. So that way, manufacturing facility, we intend to go deeper in the manufacturing this year. And the production capacity, what we are eyeing to produce is going to be 500,000 in less than 3 years.
So how are you looking to really leverage investments to further develop tech-enabled electric cycles down the line?
So when we launched in this electric cycle domain, we understood this segment has a tremendous opportunity to innovate technologically. Small adjustments, what we did, actually, our consumers were surprised, but they were taken by a surprise. For example, we have always seen diagnostic trouble codes in the cars. In automobile world, vehicle auto-diagnose the fault because all the vehicle is getting smart. The sensors are available. The control unit is able to sense which sensor is at fault. The similar technology, we were the first one in the country to introduce. So that was our technology and innovation. And the brand's DNA is always solving the problems through tech and in sustainable way. So we are believing and firm believer of this particular thought. And in line with our thought process and the DNA of the brand, we are going to invest a third of the funding on the tech and the developments. What we are really trying to innovate here is the complete smarter powertrain for an electric cycle. We have seen smarter vehicles in all the form factors possibly, be it two-wheeler, be it three-wheeler, be it four-wheeler. But in electric cycle, the smarter drivetrain has not been developed as such. So we would like to take that leap forward to develop a smarter, which is efficient powertrain. A direct benefit needs to happen with respect to range and with respect to efficiency of operation. So with this technological innovation, we will be going on development of smarter powertrain and drivetrain, which will become a global play. And from day one, we always wanted to become the largest electric cycle player in the world, not just focusing on India, but on the Western world as well. And with the same intent, we have opened our offices in Spain. This year, we are again doubling down on that fact. We would like to go to the neighboring countries, Germany, Italy, which are the larger automobile market in the electric cycle. Similar way, we wanted to test our quality product. So we cracked a product for Japan, got approved by the local authorities, and became the first Indian player to qualify for such a good technical norms what the country of Japan has always established and set. So technology, we have always made use and we have made it better day by day. And everyone knows when it comes to scale, the technology cost is becoming much more affordable. So when the affordable index goes up, the utilization within the country is also likely to go up. So with technological investment, we would like to go deeper on the powertrain as well as in the global market.
What's the game plan in terms of your global presence? Because you're currently present in 18 countries, the US, Japan, Australia, Nepal, UAE, just to name a few. How are you looking to, grow your global presence? What's the plan to enter the European markets?
Yeah, so this story is really interesting and exciting. That's I always tell wherever I get an opportunity. When we were too small, like we started with 8x8 garage, and that particular point of time, our aspiration was always to aim high. And when we looked at Indian space, this Indian space was largely dumped by some unbranded importers. So that actually caused pain in our hearts. Why is this particular space is not raising quality standards? Why this particular space is not as competitive with respect to quality, with respect to feature list, as global standards. So we were forced ourselves to go out of the water, go and test yourself in the world which is much more developed, where the quality standards are much stringent. And we took that as a challenge. We took that as a challenge in Europe, we took that as a challenge in Japan, and we took that as a challenge in US. So 18 countries, when we say these are the larger these countries, and recently we have started exporting to Australia as well. So that is the thought where we were very small back then. We barely had money to experiment on products. We decided to innovate, we decided to invest in product, we decided to invest into certifications. And exactly that happened. That gave us immense trust in the foreign world. Because yes, these Indian brands are now becoming serious. We raised the quality standard so high, and which further yielded results in the Indian market. Nobody was very close to us, or with respect to giving the right quality, with respect to giving the right components, with respect to giving the right price point, with respect to giving the right after sales service, which we learned in these particular markets. But yes, so this 18 countries is that way far much ambitious target. Now we are going further deeper, as I mentioned earlier. We want to expand in Europe. We want to expand in India. In India, we are present as of now at roughly around 200 stores. We would like to go to 800 odd stores. In Europe, we are present as of now by Spain, just one country. We would like to open up 4 or 5 more offices. As I mentioned, Germany, Italy will become the part of the next target cities. We would like to focus on our franchisee-led international distribution business like Japan, Australia, which is running at its own capacity. Plus, at the same time, when we are investing on the technological age, we will have easy entry in these markets. We will further become a known brand in the other countries.
So what's the overall competition looking like? Because there are a number of players as well, Yulu, Motovolt, etc. How are you looking to stand out amidst the competition?
Sure. So these big players definitely were existing back then as well, and they are even today. So when it comes to taking hands-on with them, I believe we will have edge on an entrepreneurial spirit on two things, basically. First thing is the speed of development. We take decision way faster. Our learning cycle and learning curve is way shorter. And the second thing is going to be going exclusive on electric vehicle. We own players, like you mentioned. Those players have a diversified focus, and that is the reason they are probably delayed. You will not see the traditional ICE players in the top 2 numbers in the chart even today in EV. Those are Ola and Ather, or probably third number falls to TVS. So, but first 2 spots were taken. Similarly, I believe this market is so large, it is not going to be catered by just 5 or 7 players. We need much more number of people with respect to taking this market on. So not threatened by the competition as such, we are focusing on our core values, technology as an innovation, developing much more efficient and power trains, drive trains, and going deeper into distribution so that we can take on these big players. That's what we see.
And you're looking to expand as well, 100,000 vehicles by FY25 globally. Is that the game plan?
Yes. So what if I tell you the global e-bike share, 92% is held by China, just 8% outside world. which is not situation in any other automobile. Name an automobile segment where, be it two-wheeler, be it three-wheeler, be it four-wheeler, be it commercial vehicles, be it heavy commercial vehicles. None of the automobile segment is as dominant by one country as what China has done on electric cycle. And with all geopolitical situations, there has to be new players coming out of the countries like India. And when I'm saying the market is very, very, very large, I'll give you one stat. Probably we sell around 22 million of ICE vehicles in the country. That is the highest number of two-wheeler globe has seen 22 million, which is a substantial number. The next is 1/3 of it, the next country, if you can imagine. So that big market of electric, this ICE two-wheelers, ICE, when I say ICE, is ICE engine, petrol two-wheelers. But globally, if I tell you, in last 3 years, 130 million electric cycles are sold. 130 million, which is 2 times larger than any of the largest economy, which is selling the highest number of two-wheelers. So the market is pretty much large. Even the ambitious target, what we are talking about, 100,000 units, looks smaller with respect to the kind of market which is available ahead of us. So I believe we are just scratching the tip of an iceberg. Even with the 100,000 vehicles, our ambition is much, much larger. We should reach to 1 million unit very soon.
All right, good to have you on board. Thanks so much for joining in.